Hey guys, it's Steve. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's been a relaxing day for us. Tiffany's sick, so say a prayer for her if you see this video the next day or two. And I haven't done too much today, but I thought Shade's coming over down here this evening, that I would head down to the pepper patch, pick a few peppers, isolate a few pods. Well, be blooms, not pods yet, and see what we got going on. See what's new, see what's ripening, see what's in abundance. So let's go check it out. So I know we got a little bit of glare, sun's still going down. Here's the pepper jungle. Here are the purple bubble gums. They are almost armpit high on me. I am 6 foot tall, technically 5'11" and 3/4 of an inch if you want to get technical. But these guys are massive. And these are some of our relic crosses that we are working with. I've got to do some bagging on these. Do some isolation. This is Pumas. Down here we have some Bootla scorpions. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous pod. We're going to go ahead and pick a few of them. Now, I won't pick anything else that looks like a Bootla scorpion. That way I can't get them confused, because I only brought one basket. And I brought my book because I want to check out my details while I'm down here. And as y'all can see, as I told you, later in the season, this would get crowded. I got some weeds that need to come out over there. Be working on that next week. We had a lot of festivals and farmers markets this week that kind of drained all of our time. But the pods are coming in gorgeous. I got a little bit of a foliar problem. A little bit of disease going on a few of the plants. Definitely got some grass growing through over here. It's got to be dealt with. We'll cut that out and not pull it, because if we pull it, we'll destroy the plant. So anyway, I'm gonna do some picking, show you some of what we do as we go through, and then I'll bring you back for what I picked this evening, and probably show you some isolation also. So call it insanity, call it dedication, call it I can't afford to buy more property. But this is what I have to do to harvest some of my peppers. I have to lay down in the pepper jungle and pretend that I'm inside of an actual jungle to find the goodies that are here. So I push my basket in front of me. Just picked a half a basket of cayennes, and now I'm picking some details. Now, I'm not trying to pick the whole pepper jungle tonight. I'm just trying to find some good stuff. So, right there, look at that. Look at that beautiful detail. It's bigger than my fingers. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get this one, because by the time I get back here to pick details, it'll be overripe. Look, I spot more. And there's more back there. Now these are just starting to ripen, as you can probably see. We got loads coming on. I've got 3 roll of these, about 15 plants per roll on the Datils. It seems like I can never have enough to fill orders and to get enough for me to make hot sauce. And sometimes I find buddies. This is my Chubbs. She is our oldest cat on the property. She thinks she's a kid, and she kinda is. But she, along with a couple of other cats, helped control mice and vole and mold damage inside of our pepper plots. So they hunt. Sometimes they get a little annoying and naughty because they can break off peppers, but they do more good than they do damage. And she's kind of cute. So, show you this first. A few pounds of cayennes and a few pounds of Datils. And I got those bootlas under here. So here are what we use for isolation bags. Now, we also do those. We can't do everything that way. So right here, I am working on this particular variety. Gorgeous. And so what we want is somewhere the blooms haven't opened. So that right there would be great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut the top out of this plant, and I'm going to bag all of that right there. I didn't bring my knife, so I guess I'm going to be pinching the top out of the plant. I want to be careful. I don't want to get down into that. You see down here below that, our next stem down already has peppers on it. That right there. Get you in there. That leaf keeps getting in the way. Wow. Bear with me, guys. So that's a pepper, and then that's already pollinated, that little one there. But that's already a pepper. So we are going to take those 3. Technically I'm getting, looks like 5. So I'm going to bag all of that. So here we go. Now some people like to say that isolation like that is 100%. Sorry, sweating like crazy. But it's not. At best it's 99.9. And I would say bagging like that is more like 98%. All it takes is for one touch of pollen to make it from one plant to another. So if you want to put 5 miles in between your plants, you know, let's say I don't have a neighbor nowhere around me growing peppers, which is very unlikely. I live in the South. People grow peppers. I do live in the city, so I'm farther away from peppers. But let's say that we're 5 miles away and I want to grow Datil peppers on this farm. And 5 miles down the road, I have another farm with nothing around it, maybe only corn. And I want to grow Fatales. And maybe in Kentucky where my mom lives, there's nobody around, maybe say growing peppers, and I want to grow California red bell peppers. And let's say down the road here in Irwin from me, nobody around has peppers, and I want to grow Apocalypse scorpions. Got a pretty good chance of isolation. But it's not realistic where I live. And it's not realistic where most people live. But this method, that method, gives us a real good chance of making it happen. It's very possible that we can see results from this. And I can attest to this because we isolate and save thousands and thousands and thousands of seeds a year and I usually get no more than one accidental cross if I get any. Now, I get intentional crosses, and I get intentional non-isolated seeds that I sow, like pumas. I intentionally do not plant only isolated pumas. Now, I separate them when I plant them. I put my isolated pumas in one roll, and I put my non-isolated pumas in another roll. And because they produce some absolutely stunning peppers when you get those accidental crosses. And I don't think I'm as smart as Mother Nature. And I don't know that I could pick some of the crosses Mother Nature makes. So it's kind of cool just to see. And I've got some awesome ones, and I would show them to you, but I just picked them yesterday, so there ain't going to be any ready. But I've got some awesome crosses that came from an accidental cross last year. I say accidental. It's Mother Nature, open pollinated. That particular roll, or 2 rolls technically, I didn't isolate those seeds. I intentionally did that. And I intentionally wanted to see what came out of it. And some of the coolest peppers I've got in the farm so far are those non-isolated crosses of the Puma. So that's why I do it. But I also do this because I want my Bismarck to be a Bismarck. And when I go down here and do the Datil in just a second, I want my Datil to be a Datil. And when I do my Fatali, I want my Fatali to be a Fatali. And that gives me the results I'm looking for. And if I have one that doesn't make it, that doesn't turn out the way I want it, sorry guys, I got mosquitoes everywhere down here this evening. But if I have one that don't turn out the way I want it, then I'll buy seeds from a trusted source and replace that one in my grow. But it's rare, but it does happen. Okay guys, it is 8:30. I'm calling it. So, peppers are under some squash. Had to stop and pick some summer squash on the way out of the garden. I got, I got red Trinidad scorpions isolated, yellow Trinidad scorpions isolated, orange habaneros, white ghosts, yellow ghosts, several habanero varieties. I don't remember what they all were. Bootless scorpions, Bismarcks, and about 8 or 10 of my crosses. So that's probably about it. So hope this was educational. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your favorite variety is. Let me know how you isolate your peppers, if you do. Thank you. See you guys.